Good afternoon to all one.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Good
afternoon. Yeah. I think in the last class we are discussing about this one, I think, right? So BFD. Let us take a look at this once again, man. See BFD. In this, you are going to see that I hope my screen is visible to you people. Yes. Okay. Right. So, so this is what the graph I'm going to take in right now. Okay. So in this, the S is the value. The S is the starting origin or the starting node of this graph. Okay. So from this graph, once you started from S, we have to find out the adjacency nodes of the S-man. So which are unvisited adjacency nodes are there or not, we have to check it out. So according to that, whichever if it is unvisited node, then we have to insert that node into the queue. Okay. So for S, the unvisited nodes are A, B, C are there actually. Okay. But as per the so I'm going to starting from A-man. So as A is an unvisited adjacent node, So I'm going to inserting this unvisited adjacent node into the queue. Okay. And then the next one here is after we're done with this one, then what is the next adjacent node? That is nothing but B. And B is also going to be inserted into the queue. And then from S, next unvisited adjacent node is C. Okay, so you are going to be inserting that C into Q. Okay, so out of these three, the first one is the A, and the second is the B, and the third is the C. Right. So and then is there any still furthermore nodes are there into this C-man? Nothing. Sorry, is there any further unvisited adjacent node to S-man? No. So what we have to do here is we have to delete an element from the queue. So that means as per the principle of the queue principle, first in, first out, it was going to be working out. So the A is the value which has been entered into the queue firstly, right? So A is going to be deleted. So and immediately we have to find out whichever the element has been, whichever the node is been deleted. So we have to find out, is there any adjacent node for A or not? Yes, we have the adjacent node which is nothing but D right now. Okay, and so that D is going to be inserted into the queue. Okay, then check it out. Is there any further adjacent, unvisited adjacent nodes for A-man? Nothing. So what we have to do immediately, if you find that no adjacent nodes are not there, then we have to go for the rule that is nothing but we have to delete an element from the queue, right? So if I delete an element from the queue, then what is the node that we are getting then right now? Then B, right? So B is coming into the picture. Then so find out that the B, is there any adjacent nodes are there? Yes, that is E is there, right? So insert this E into Q. Okay. So is there any further nodes for adjacent nodes for B? Nothing. So again, delete an element that is nothing but C from the Q. Okay. So and after deleting that, and you can able to say that the C is having an adjacent node which is nothing but F. Okay. And yes, F is there, right? So and again, so is there any further nodes are there for adjacent nodes for unvisited nodes is there for C-man? Nothing. So what we have to do is we have to delete an element from the queue. So which element is going to be deleted right now? So D is going to be deleted because out of D, E, F, D is the first element that was been inserted into the queue. So D is going to be deleted. So once the D has been deleted, then according to that rule, that what are the adjacent nodes for D that we have to find out, that is nothing but G. Okay, so is there any further nodes? Insert this G into Q. Okay, then then after that, is there any further adjacent nodes for D? Nothing. So immediately delete an element from the queue, that is nothing but E is going to be deleted. So find out that is there any adjacent nodes are there. Find out that is there any adjacent nodes are there for E. Yes, we have that B and G is also there. Okay, B and G is there, but B is already been visited and G is also already been visited. So we have to consider that there are no more elements in the adjacent, unvisited adjacent nodes are not there. So okay, so what we have to do then, the next step is going for deleting a node of F. So in the queue. So F is going to be deleted. So, and we have to find out, is there any adjacent nodes are there? Yes, actually there are adjacent nodes, that is nothing but C and G are there. But as C is already been visited and G is also been visited. So we have to consider that F is don't have any kind of unvisited adjacent nodes are there. So finally we have to delete this element also. So only the G is there. So finally we have to consider that G is also having any kind of delete a node from the queue, that is nothing but G is there. So for G, is there any adjacent nodes are there? Yes, we have that D, E, F is there, but already D, E, F is already been visited. So you can't consider those things. So finally the queue get empty. So according to that, we are going to be displaying the values. So that is what it was trying to explaining that one here right now. So that is rule 1, visit the adjacent unvisited vertex. Mark it as visited. Vertex is nothing but the nodes that we have. Okay, mark it as visited. So mark it as visited and display it. Insert it in a queue. Right. Rule 2. If no adjacent vertex is found, remove the first vertex from the queue. Right. So rule 3. Repeat rule 1 and rule 2 until the queue is empty. Okay. So this is what the graph it was going to be considered here right now as an example here. And firstly, the graph was being designed, and as well as the queue is also being initialized here right now. Make sure that the front and as well as the rear both are equal to -1. Okay, so that the queue is empty. Okay, then from there onwards, we can able to start doing that process. That is, first we are going to visiting the S node. That is what the origin of the node, the source vertex we are going to be calling it as. Okay, so it was been colored here right now in the gray color. So from there onwards, we have to find out the adjacent nodes of S. Okay, so the adjacent node of an S is nothing but the adjacent node of an S is nothing but A here right now. That A is going to be inserted into Q and then enqueued into the queue, and make sure that the A is going to be visited, marked as visited right now, and the next one here is B. Okay, so the next unvisited node from S is nothing but B. So B is going to be enqueued into Q. Okay, and then mark it as visited. And the next one here is from S, then C is there. So enqueue that C into Q and mark it as visited. Okay, and then finally, still S is holding any kind of unvisited adjacent nodes? No. So immediately what we have to do, delete an element from the queue. That means A is the first element that was being inserted into the queue, so A is going to be deleted. So and then from A we have then whatever the element that was being deleted from the queue, find out that the adjacent element of an A. So A is does not having any kind of adjacent node, but actually A is having D. D is the adjacent node. A is having D. D is the adjacent node to A. Right. So insert the D into the queue. Right. So enqueued into the queue. Then still A is having any kind of another adjacent nodes? Yes, we have S is there, but S is already been visited, right? So once a node was been visited, we cannot consider that node. So A does not having any kind of adjacent node right now. So what we have to do? So pop that means delete another element that is nothing but B right now. Okay, and at the same time we are going to display it. Okay, and right. So B is there. So for if you delete an element, B is going to be deleted. B has been deleted from the queue. So for B, is there any adjacent elements are there? S and D is there, but already S and D is already been visited. Okay, so we cannot able to consider them as an unvisited. So what we have to do again? Then C is going to be deleted, right? So then B does not have any kind of adjacent node, so C is going to be deleted. And then check it out for C, is there any adjacent nodes are there? Yes, so that means S and D is there, but already these two S and D are already been visited. So delete the element of D. So for D, is there any adjacent nodes are there? Yes, A, B, C is there, but A, B, C already been visited. So we cannot go further. So this is how we are going to be ending this whole process, so that until that queue is get empty. Okay. Right, let us see. See, there is a mistake in this kind of program. So we just designed one more program here related to this one. Okay. So yesterday, one of the one of the student has been questioned that why can't you, if you change that node representation, because as per the nodes they had been given only, it was being checked with only one source vertex, but not with the remaining other source vertexes. It was not been tested here right now. So that's what the problem. Okay, but now you can see that. See, I'm going to taking an right. Just take a minute. Right here, I'm going to taking the same graph here right now. 1, 2, and 3 are there. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. So where v is equal to 1, 2, 3 are the vertices that we have, and the edges totally we have 6 edges are there. Okay, so according to this edges, we'll mark the values here right now. If it is an arc is there, then we have to enter 1, or otherwise, if the mark is not there, we have to enter 0. Okay, so okay, let us assume like enter enter 3 vertices. Okay, so enter the number of vertices, that is assumed by 3 right now. And so what is it? If one has a node with 1, that means the arc is there with 1. So it does not have any arc because it is not a self loop here right now. So, and within the brackets, it was being clearly specified. If it is there, if the arc is there, then we have to specify 1 with arc, or 0 for no arc. Okay, so there is no arc for 1 to 1, and for 1 to 2, yes we have, and for 1 to 3, yes we have, and 2 to 1, 2 to 1, yes we have, and 2 to 2, 0, so we don't have, and 2 to 3, yes we have, 3 to 1, yes we have, and 3 to 2, yes we have, and 3 to 3, 0. So finally the adjacency matrix was being created like this, right? Now the source vertex that is going to be used here is, for example, 2 is the source vertex that is like. So what will happen when so into the queue, you can say that, see, first one is there, right? So okay, here 2 is there. So for 2, what are all the adjacency nodes, man? 1 and 3 is there, right? So first one, I'm going to inserting for 2. For 2, I'm going to inserting 1 right now, and then for the second adjacency node, which is nothing but 3 right now. Okay, so the second adjacency node is 3 right now. Okay, so from 2 we had been 1 and 3 that we had been visited, and is there any further nodes are there to go for visiting of 2, man? No. So which one we have to pop out, man? So the 1 is the first one that was being entered into the queue, so 1 has been popped out, and then check it out. So is there any adjacent nodes are there? 3 and 2 is there, but 3 and 2 is already been visited, right? But for 3 and 2, 3 and 2 is already, 3 is already been visited using as an adjacent node to 2, and 1 is also been visited as an adjacent node to 2, right? So here the popped out here the deleted element is 1 now. So from the 1, is there any adjacent nodes are there? We have to check it out. So the adjacent nodes are 3 and as well as the 2, but 3 and 2 was already been visited. Okay, okay. So and so there are no more adjacent unvisited adjacent nodes are there. So we have to delete one more element from the queue, that is nothing but 3 right now. From 3, is there any adjacent nodes? 1 and 2 are there, but already 1 and 2 was already been visited, right? So we have to delete 1 and 3 also. So finally 2, 1, 3, it has to show me that. Go to this program. So 2, 1, 3 is the value it was trying to showing me right now. Okay, and one more time, I'm going to executing this one right now and check it out. The total number of nodes is nothing but 3, and the same adjacency matrix I'm going to take 1 and 1 0 and 1 2 1 1 2 3 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 2 0 and 2 2 3 1 3 2 1 1 and 3 2 2 1 3 2 3 0. The adjacency matrix is this one 0 1 1 and 1 0 1 1 1 0. Okay, now I'm going to take the adjacency the source vertex is 1 right now. So the node that was going to be visited here right now. So what is it, man? So let us check it out here right now. So this is what the graph I have. So I'm going to starting my origin from 1 here right now. So for 1, what are the adjacency nodes that we have? 2 and 3 is there. 2 and 3 is there. Okay. So 2 is the first adjacent node that was going to be inserted here right now. Okay, and then next adjacent node is 3. So that is also going to be inserted here right now. And after that, any further nodes are there? No. So 2 is going to be deleted from there. So and it will be make it as a pop-up and display there. And after that 2 has been deleted, the first one based on the principles of first in first out. So whichever the element that was been first in, that is 2 is the first one. So 2 is been deleted and 2 is been deleted. And from 2, is there any adjacent nodes? Unvisited adjacent nodes are there. 1 and 3 only there. So 1 and 3 already been visited, right? So there are no nodes for 2. So what we have to do? Go for popping the next element, which is nothing but 3 right now, right? So but already been visited, that is nothing but 1 right now, and now the 3 is there. So what are the adjacent values of 1 and adjacent unvisited nodes? Is there any unvisited adjacent nodes for 3? One? Nothing. So because 1 and 2 are the adjacent nodes, but it was already been visited, so we cannot able to consider those nodes. So there are no more nodes for that, so that the queue will get empty. So 1, 2, 3 is the nodes. Even if you go with 0, 1 has a node with 2, that is 1, 3, 1, and 2, 1, 1, and 2, 2, 0, and 2, 2, 3, 1, and 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 0. So this is what the adjacency. Now I'm going to taking the source vertex as 3 right now. So 3, 1, 2 is the visit that it was going to happen here, right? Right. So let us go to the program right now. So we have the program here is this like this right now. And first one I'm going to, for the graph, I'm going to taking that A is the matrix which is consisting of 2D array. This is what. Okay. So this one I'm going to calling it as A. The graph is going to be calling it as A right now. Okay. And based on this one, so in the earlier classes that we already been discussed about the graph, the basic implementation of a graph, in the same way I had been implementing right now. Okay, so A of 2020 that I had been taken right now, and VIS, where VIS is nothing but for once if you visited that nodes, that means 1, 2, 3 are the nodes that we have. Okay, so if you visited, then I'm going to marking it as 1. If not visited, then I'm going to marking it by default, I'm going to marking with them as 0. Okay, so if I visited, then I'm going to changing this value to be S1, so that we can able to make the clarification regarding to it. Whether they had been visited that node or not, we can able to check it out. Okay. Right, then that is for VS, then Q is for this one. Okay, inserting the values. Right, so here I'm going to using three functions here. One is for deleting the queue, deleting the element from the queue, and add is for inserting the element into the queue. Okay, so then the next one is BFS. Right, how the BFS technique is also going to work, we'll check it out. First, we will enter into the main function. So after entering into the main function, then we had taken few variables here right now. So the number of vertices I'm going to reading into the n variable. Okay, and then in order to insert the values, it means based on the edges, how to make the changes to be as an adjacency matrix. Okay, so for I is equal to, actually that graph is that A is going to be taken like this, the two-dimensional array, but we are not going to considering the values from 0. Okay, so but we are going to be considering the values from 1, 2, and 3. Okay, as it is an integer, then it was going to be by default it was going to be placed with zeros right now. So according to that, we are going to be placing the value of 1 if the edge is, if the arc is there. Okay, so we have 1, 2 is there, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, or these are all arc between the nodes. Okay, right. So that means it makes sense to be that we have to place with 1. Right. If for I is equal to 1, right, for I is equal to 1 and for j is equal to 1, I'm going to start the values from I, that means 1, 2, 3, and in the columns and as well as in the rows. I'm ignoring completely, start ignoring from 0 right now. Okay, so I want to place the values. So if I and j are 1 and 1, that means into the arc of, into the A of 1 and 1, I want to place a value which is nothing but 1 right now. So that means yes, the arc is there. If the arc is there, then we are going to entering a value 1. If the arc is not there, then we are going to entering a value 0. Okay, so like that it was been written. So in the output screen itself, you people has already seen that one. Okay, so right. So based on that, this is what the matrix that was going to be created using this kind of for loops. Okay, so once the matrix was being created, 0, 1, 1 and 1, 0, 1 and 1, 1, 0 are the adjacency matrix that I am going to be displaying using this one. Right, and the next one. So the visiting node, and the next one here is for I for visiting one-dimensional array that I am going to be placing a values with 0. For I is equal to 1, so I is less than or equal to 3. Yes, it is true. Then visit of I, either means visit of 1 is equal to what is the value, that is 0. And in the same way, I is equal to 2. Once it becomes the I value becomes the 2, then it will be entered the value of VIS of 2 is equal to 0. And if the I is equal to 3, then VIS of 3 is equal to 0. So I had been, and I becomes 4 right now. So if the I becomes 4 right now, then the condition becomes false right now, so that the for loop is going to be stopped there itself. So finally, what we had been did, man. So this is what the one-dimensional area of VIS. So that means for 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0. So according to this one, let us check it out. Enter now. I'm going to entering the source vertex. What is that source vertex that I'm going to be entering? None, that is nothing but 1 right now. That is nothing but 1 right now. Okay. So so what is the function that we are going to calling BFS of 1, 3? BFS of 1, 3 right now. So BFS of 1, 3. And see, BST also you can able to write, or BFT or BFS. So both are same only. So graph traversals only. Okay, right. So BFS of 1 comma, where s is nothing but the 1 and n is nothing but the 3. So 1 comma 3 right now. Okay, then so function call was being made. So here we are. This is what the function that was being called. Okay, now so here s is going to be stored a value which is nothing but 1, and n is the value which is nothing but 3 right now. Then coming inside in there. So here we have p and I are the two variables that we have, and another variable is I. Okay, and we are going to calling a function which is nothing but add of s. That means what does it make sense to be? So it was going to be add of, so as the first source vertex has been taken, so that was going to be marked as visited. Okay, that was going to be marked as visited and push it into the and insert into the queue. So that is for that purpose. What we are doing, add of s we told, where s is nothing but what is the value? That is nothing but 1 right now. Okay. So go to that add. Where is that function that was being defined? This is what the function that was being defined here right now. Okay. So initially, what is f and what is r-min? So that means -1 and -1, right? So -1 and -1. Okay. Right. So check it out. So coming inside into it. So what is the value that we had been carried right now into add of 1 right now, right? So what is it? Add of s, right? Add of s. So add of 1 we had been. So go to this function right now. So coming inside into it, we set rare double equals to size -1. No. And so if the condition, if condition is becomes false right now, so it will completely go to the else block. So within this else block, we have if else is there. Okay, check out that if condition. If rare double equals to -1, is it the rare double equals to -1? Yes. So because r is already holding what is the value? -1 only. Okay, rare is double equals to -1. Yes. So then come inside into that if body. So what does it say, man? Q of rare plus base. That means first increment the rare value. So what is the rare value right now? That is increment the after incrementing the rare value. So that means it was going to be becoming like a -1 + 1, which is nothing but 0 right now. So Q of 0. So Q of 0 is equal to item, where item is nothing but what is the value? 1. So Q of 0 is going to be placed with a value which is nothing but 1 right now. Okay, and then the next one here is what we told here is front. So front is equal to front plus 1. So that means what is the value of front? -1. -1 plus 1, which is nothing but 0. So that means the front value, which is this one, is also going to be changed. That is nothing but 0 right now. Okay, right. So then, so if condition is true, so that's what we had been executed this body. So front is equal to 0. So front is already holding a value which is nothing but this one. Right. So front is already holding a value which is nothing but -1 plus 1, which is nothing but 0. So f is equal to 0. Then, does it will goes to the else block? No. So the else has been stopped here, and the function is also been stopped here. Go back to that function call where it was going to be called in the BFS, right? This is what, right? So add of s that was being done. So right, and then the next statement here is VIS of s is double equal to is equal to 1. That means VIS of 1 equal to 1 right now. So VIS of 1, which is nothing but this one is going to be replaced with what is the value? 1. So as we told, the starting vertex, the source vertex is 1, so it was being visited already. I marked it as visited also. Okay, so then what is the next statement when P is equal to, so P is equal to delete function, it was going to be called. So P is equal to delete function. So where is the delete function? You can go to the delete function. So this is what the delete function we have. Into this delete function, then you're going to say that int k, where k is, okay. So if front is greater than rear, if front is greater than rear, so front is nothing but what is the value? 0. 0 is greater than 0? No, the condition is false. Then front double equals to -1? No. 0 is double equals to -1? No. So the condition is false. If condition has been false now, then it will goes to the else condition. So what is this k right now? So now the k is equal to, first one, increment the front. So increment the front is nothing but 1. Increment the front is nothing but, oh, not, okay, 1. Front is nothing but 0, right? 0. So already front is holding a value which is nothing but 1 right now. What should I increment at this one? Okay, q of 0 is equal to 1 and f is equal to 0. Okay, fine. And then let's go with the q of 0, so which is holding a value which is nothing but 1, and so it was going to be returning a value which is nothing but 1 right now. And the delete function, so it is returning a value which is nothing but 1, and p is equal to 1 right now. P is equal to 1 right now, and if p is not equal to 0, yes, it is true, then print the value of the this one. There is nothing but 1 is going to be printed right now, and while p is not equal to 0, while p is not equal to 0, yes, p is not equal to 0 only. So come inside into it, and then we have the for loop here right now. So the if condition is going to be under the for loop here right now. So we have to repeat this if condition until we have to keep on executing until the for loop condition becomes false right now. Okay, so where p, and now here we have to say if if I is equal to 1, I is equal to 1, then what we have to say, if I is less than 3, the condition is true, then come inside into it, that if condition is there, if a of p I, a of p I, so what is that, a of p, p is nothing but 1, and I is nothing but 1. So a of 1, 1 is not equal to 0. A of 1, 1, a of 1 and 1 is not equal to 0. Is not equal to 0, man? No. So, so 0 is not equal to 0. No, the condition is false right now. And VIS of 1, VIS of 1 is nothing but I is nothing but 1. So VIS of 1, which is nothing but 1. 1 is double equals to 0. No, the condition is false right now. So if condition is false right now, and then again the I is going to be incremented right now. So that means it becomes 2 right now. And then check this, 2 is less than or equal to n. Okay, the condition is true, then come again once again, come inside to the execute the if condition once again. So now the p becomes 2 right now. So 2 of, sorry, No, it is 1. 1, 2. 1, 2 is not equal to 0. 1 and 2 is not equal to 0. Yes. So 1 is not equal to 0. Yes, it is true. And VAS of I is nothing but 2. VAS of 2 is 0. 2 is double equals to 0. That means A of 1 2, A of 1 2, that is nothing but 1 right now. Okay, that is nothing but 1 right now. So 1 is not equal to 0. Yes, it is true. And VAS of 2 is double equals to 0. Yes, that is also true. So true and true. That means it is as it is in logical and. If both are true only, it was true. Then the remaining are all false. So enter into the if body. So if you entered into the if body, so what is there that we had been called add of what is the I value 2, add of 2. So go to the add function. Here it is. Now the item value is nothing but 2 right now, right? Now the item value is nothing but 2. So check it out. If rare double equals to size minus 1, no. So else. If rare double equals to minus 1, no. Then that is also not. And go to the else part. So that means q of rare plus plus. So that means what is the rare has been incremented right now. So that it becomes 1 right now. Okay, and then q of 0 is equal to, what is the value that we have to place? Q of 0 is equal to, okay, sorry, q of 1. So previously r is equal to rare is equal to 0, but it was being incremented, and then the q of 1 double equals to, we have to place a value which is nothing but 2 right now. So here I'm going to placing a value which is nothing but item is nothing but 2, right? And then okay, 2 was been inserted into the queue, and then what is the next statement now? VIS of 2. VIS of 2 is equal to 1. VIS of I is nothing but 2. So VIS of 2 is nothing but 1. Now it was being changed with, this was being visited. 2 was already been visited. Okay. Then again check the condition that I is equal to 3 right now. I is equal to 3. So I is equal to 3 right now. Right. So again, check this. If A of 1, 3, if A of 1, 3 is not equal to, if A of 1, 3 is not equal to 0, yes, it is true. That means A of 1, 3 is nothing but 1. 1 is not equal to 0. And then VIS of 3 is double equals to 0. Yes, that is also true. Then again, come inside into it, add of 3 right now. Add of I is nothing but add of 3. Add of 3. So again, go for this add function right now. So go to this add function, and into this add function, now the item becomes 3 right now. Okay. Then if rare is already reaching the max size, no. Max size size minus 1, no. So else, go to that else part and check that if rare double equals to minus 1, no. And so go to that else part again. So what is it? Q of 2. So previously, that is what is the rare value? That is nothing but 1. So 1 plus 1, which is nothing but 2 right now. Okay. So into the queue of 2, what is the value that the item value? The item value is nothing but what is the value that is nothing but 3 right now. Okay. So into this one, I'm going to placing a value which is nothing but 3 right now. Okay. Right. Then go back. Any further more statements? Nothing. So go back here. Where is that? Yes. Here. Now VAS of I is nothing but VAS of I is nothing but 3. VAS of 3 is double equals to 1 right now. So this one we are going to be marked with 1 right now. Okay. So and then I becomes 4 right now. So check it out. Check it out. The condition is becoming true. No. So it becomes false right now. So come out of this for loop right now. Okay. And come out of this for loop right now. And then P again, we are going to be saying that P, so P is equal to delete off. So again, P is equal to delete off. So what is the value that it was going to be taken here right now? So P is equal to delete, go to that function right now. So here it is the delete function, and check out that front is nothing but 0. 0 is greater than 1, no, and front double equals to minus 1, no. The condition is false right now. Go to the else part. So what does it say? K is equal to Q of front. So where front is already holding the value nothing but 0. So 0 plus 1, which is nothing but 1 right now. Okay. So front has been incremented to 1 right now. So front has been incremented to 1. So what is that? Front has been incremented to 1 is nothing but what is the value? 2. So we have to delete this element. So 2 has been deleted right now, and written that the p value is 2 right now. Which is 1. So now the p value becomes 2. P becomes 2 right now. If p is not equal to 0, if p is not equal to 0, then what we have to print? Return 2. That means print the value of 2. Yeah. Then as we are in the while loop, once again, we have to go on for executing the same loop once again, so that we can able to get the next value, that is 3. Okay. The same loop we are going to be, as we are in the while loop here right now. Now the p is not equal to 0. Yes, because the p is 2 right now. So again, enter into the body, and so that we can able to mark it once again, and we can able to finally print the value of 3 also. Until the p becomes a 0. So once the while loop condition was being false, then we are coming out of it, and we can able to say that, see, for I is equal to 1, I is less than n, and I plus plus. We can able to check it out. So the if condition is going to be the true or not. So if anything is left with 0, you're unvisited, then again we are going to calling the BFS. If everything is visited, that means it becomes 1 only. So you can see here now. So all the 1, 2, 3 nodes has already been visited. So that means it was been with 1. Okay. So if unvisited in the sense, then it was marked with 0. So that's why if any of the node was been unvisited, then immediately again we are going to call it the BFS once again. Okay. So this is how we are going to be displaying the values of visited nodes of a BFT. BFT. Right. So this is how it was going to be working out. We'll check it out with the DFT also. We'll go with the algorithm. Right. So in the DFT, what it will do here is first it will find out the depth of the treatment. So that means, for example, from here, for example, the S is the origin. Okay, we are going to be starting the source vertex, and the adjacent first node adjacent is nothing but A. Okay, it will be inserted into here. One more thing that you have to keep in mind here is this node here is in DFT we are going to using the stack. So push this for S, the adjacent nodes are A, B, C, but the adjacent node, the recent one I'm going to take here is A. So the A has been pushed over to the stack. Okay, and we cannot go with the next adjacent value of B. So because as it is a depth, I have to move with one only. The first adjacent node is nothing but A. So I am going to pushing this A into the stack. So from there onwards, I'm finding out the next adjacent value to the A. The next adjacent value to the A. So that is nothing but D. And push this D into the stack. So, and for D, what is the next adjacent node? That is nothing but G. That is nothing but G right now. Okay. And from here onwards, we are going to push in this G into, so this is what the depth of the tree. Okay. Sorry, depth of the graph. So G is the last one. So where we are going to be the depth of the graph. Okay. So G is going to be inserted into the stack. Now from G onwards, we are moving upward. So that means find out that what is the adjacent node meant E and F is there, but I'm going with E right now. Okay, right. So for E, I'm going to inserting this E into the stack, and for E, what is the adjacent node meant? That is nothing but B. So B is going to be inserted into the stack. For B, what is the adjacent node meant? S is there, but S was already been visited, right? So pop this element. So B has been popped. Okay, and as well as, is there any adjacent nodes are there for B? No. And for E, is there any adjacent nodes are there? Pop this one also and find out the parent. For G, find out is there any unvisited adjacent node is there? Yes. For G, unvisited adjacent node is F right now. Okay, and push this F into the stack. And for F, is there any unvisited adjacent node is there? Yes, that is C, right? So push this C into the stack. Okay, and finally we have to make all the elements to be popped out from the stack so that the stack should be empty. Okay, so you can see that example here right now. So rule once, the same methods. Visit the adjacent unvisited vertex, mark it as visited, the first origin, that means the first source vertex, and display it. So push it in a stack. Then rule 2, if no adjacent vertex is found, so what we have to do? Pop out. So pop the vertex from the stack to find out the parent. Okay, so it will be popped up all the vertices from the stack which do not have adjacent vertices. Okay, rule 3, we are going to following with the rule 1 and rule 2 until the stack is empty. Okay, let us see that a simple example here right now. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll see in the next coming class, man. Any other? 15. Here all are present, man, or anyone is there?
Sir, mostly everyone came, sir. Like 2 members were not there.
Okay. Okay. Can I mark the attendance as 58? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, any questions or any doubts up to here? We'll see the DFT. We'll see in the next coming class, man.
Not, sir.
That BFT, I will share that program into this Google Classroom, man.
Thank you, sir.
నేను చెల్లెకి ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ ఉంటే మీరు అంత బాగుంది